I won't go anywhere in the winter without a heated vest. I had a Kais X10, and as you'll see from this video, I had to replace it. So I replaced it with a V501. What did I think of it? How did it compare to the old one? Well, I'll tell you what, it was brilliant. It has a new technology, microcarbon fibre heat pads, but I'll show you what I think of it anyway in this video. Unfortunately, my poor old X10, it had a bunch of broken connections in there. I found a few and soldered them and stuff like that. But look, the thing had soldiered on for years. I'd used it for dog walking with the batteries and all sorts of stuff. So it served me well. I was lucky with my X10. It only cost me €100 and it was on offer because it was an outgoing model. And it included the controller. Look, the new 501 vest only cost me €175. So a bit of an investment, but let's see how it panned out.
Well, I'm out testing my new Kais 501 heated vest. I had one of the old Kais vests and it was excellent, but it ended up failing on me. But look, I'd had it good. It got great use. They're just using a different heating element on this one, so they're more like heating pads rather than just an element. And sometimes you could feel the element in the old vest. Not that it was bad or anything like that, it was very good. So I like the vest because it doesn't make your arms all restrictive and bulky that a whole inner jacket might. I have the new controller as well, the kind of triangle shaped one. That's great. It's the cable's on it a bit longer, so it sticks out the bottom of your jacket. It's much better than the old controller. I'm not too sure I would bother with a Bluetooth version. I just don't see what it gives you, you know. It just means you have to have your phone sitting here somewhere if you want to control it from your phone. I mean, I don't want to be dicking around with my phone on the bike, you know. So I can't see the benefit of that one, but look, some people might. And if there's one thing I'll say about Kais, customer service is absolutely brilliant. I have some Kais heated soles now. I've only used them like, I don't know, half a dozen times in about 3 years. And one of them failed, and it took Kais about I just registered failure. They have a lifetime guarantee on the heating element. All I did is register for a warranty replacement on the website and say what the problem was. Within 24 hours, they'd just agreed to replace it. They just sent me the entire new kit, brand new kit. Both soles, all the cabling, fuses and everything. Just fantastic service. Where the controller plugs into the vest, that goes in much more nicely than the older vest. So that's a bit firmer, so I like that. My old controller, or my old vest I should say, the controller used to come away from that occasionally, if I'd perhaps given it a little bit of a tug or something like that. So that's an improvement as well. So all round small improvements really. It's not a massive improvement, but it's an absolutely fantastic vest. I love them. I absolutely love them. I kind of wear it quite often just unplugged, and if I get a bit of a chill, let's say on a day like today, look, it's 7.5 degrees. It's not bloody freezing or anything. But let's say I've been out for a couple of hours and you're on your way back or something like that. Just sticking on a low heat to take that little chill off you is absolutely brilliant. Right, one of the things I said about the new controllers, that the cables were longer and it sticks out, you know, from your jacket a bit longer and it's easier to use. I was wrong. These cables are actually the same length. What it is the outlet from the jacket is further down this pocket. It's kind of further up here. So you're getting a few extra inches sticking out the bottom of your jacket there. So it is actually much handier to get to. So on the old Kais system, a lot of these cables, they're just push fit, an interference push fit. And sometimes you find on the road, your controller might come out. Now this is the same also for the glove attachments, the electrical connections for the glove attachments. So if I just go into the connection for the glove attachments, they're just kind of slide fit. There's nothing captive about them at all. That's changed on the new vests. Yeah, on the new vest, it's very much more captive. There's a solid click to get them in, and they really are solid in. They could come out on you in the old vest sometimes. And because the outlets for the controller, and nearer the bottom of this pocket, once you have the controller fitted, you can zip that fully closed. On the old one, they were at the top end of the pocket. So look, my zip's broken. But you were kind of you were struggling because your leads were coming out here, so you couldn't really leave that. You couldn't close that pocket at all. Whereas you can pretty much close this the whole way, which is much neater. The new vest will take my old batteries, of course. They're no different. So it works just as well, obviously, with the battery. I've no doubt that this battery on low used to last me 3 or 4 hours on the other vest and up to an hour on max, but I rarely used it on max. I can't see why that'd be much different on this. You can see I've got the new triangular controller here as well, but there was nothing wrong. I didn't have any problems with the other controller, but this is nice that that it's a triangle, I suppose, instead of a rectangle. Okay. So of course, because I've got a controller and the waistcoat, I can power my heated glove liners, the Kais heated glove liners, and I love these. I think they're absolutely brilliant. It just means I can use them with any sets of gloves I have. You just need a bit of space inside the glove, obviously. Now they're very thin, but you do need some space inside a glove. If your glove's already tight, they're not going to fit. But it just means either on the bike or on the battery, whichever it is, I can just power the whole lot. And from one controller. And then I can dispense with this separate individual small lightweight controller that I might have sometimes used with the Kais glove liners by themselves. Not forgetting, if you buy the Kais inner glove liners, they come with a standalone cable. They don't come with these cables to plug them into your vest. They're a separate line item. They sell them separately because you may not use them because, as I say, you might just use these by themselves with a lightweight controller, in which case they come with a cable, but not the controller. All the Kais gear, nothing comes with a controller as far as I know. So when you buy this waist jacket, you got to buy a controller. Look, it says it 100 times on the website, so I know a lot of people complain about having to buy the controller, but if you just read the website, it tells it you have to buy a controller. It's given people the option of buying a jacket if they already have a controller, and vice versa. So would I upgrade from the old vest to the new vest? No, don't waste your money. The new vest is much better all round. There's lots of nice little features and everything like that, but I wouldn't trade in your old vest for the new vest. The old vest is still a brilliant piece of gear, and if my old vest was still working, I'd still have it. To save you putting another connection on your battery, if you use a battery tender and you have an SAE or the older style connector here, Kais do a cable that you can just attach to those and use that as the cable to your heated vest or your heated clothing. It just saves you wiring up another cable to the battery. That's dead handy if you've got more than one bike, because then you can just wire those amongst your bikes and move your heated gear between the bikes, of course. I've heard some vloggers say the way these work is they create a warm layer in between 2 layers of clothing and a barrier. That's not how they work. They work from direct contact. So you want to wear a thin base layer at the very, or a t-shirt or something like that, and then wear it directly over that. And then it's the warmth directly against that t-shirt, against your body, that's kind of warming you. It's not creating some layered thing, with a heat barrier and all that sort of stuff. That's not how it works. It's almost like direct contact. It's like touching a kind of a warm-ish radiator on your skin all the time. That's how they work. They want to be a snug fit, so use the sizing chart on the Kais website. It's quite good, but they do want to be a snug fit. These side panels are elasticated. If they're loose and not a snug fit, the effect of them is so much less. If this is baggy, they're half but useless. You need, a good firm fit. Not tight, obviously, but you need a good firm fit for it to work well. If you find your heated vest is less than ideal, what it might be that it's just not tight enough on your body. They do need, as I say, they do need to be firm against your base layer to work effectively. What you can do, if you use braces or suspenders, just cross them over, and front and back, it just pulls the vest in closer to your base layer, and it makes it much more effective. So if your size is a little bit large, if your size is a bit larger and it's a bit baggy, this is a perfect way, and it makes a big difference just pulling it closer like that. So try that if it's less than ideal for you.
Yeah, why didn't you tell me my hair was like that? Who makes a freaking video with a hairdo like that? For Christ's sake, man. I didn't realise I was presenting in such a slovenly manner. Just a quickie on size. I'd say measure your chest, so I was a 48-inch chest, and then add 10, and that gives me a size 58 or an XXL. But then in the little small print down there, they say you might like to go down a size. Universally, it seems that's what everyone does. So I ended up going down to the XL, which gave me a size 56. So I'd take your chest measurement and add 8. And that's another nice thing about the vest, I think. It's an awful lot simpler to get a good fitting garment because you're really just, working on your torso. You're not worrying about arm length, arm width and all that sort of stuff. And it's easy to get a nice fit in a vest.